MG Ride back with you, and today we're going to look at an MGA restoration project that had stalled for a while, and now I'm getting dusted off and getting back to work on. So what we have here is a 1960 MGA 1600 Roadster. And this has been owned for quite some time by the customer. Now, he had taken this car to another metal shop many years ago. I think it was even before I started my shop, and had what he thought was all the metal work done to it. So when he was ready to paint it, he thought he was just going to strip it, bring it down to me, and have me do body and paint on it. And as he stripped it apart, he found that they hadn't done all the metal work to the car that needed to be done. And the metal work they did do was not of the best quality. So I ended up doing a little bit of remedial metal work and then finishing up all the stuff that they didn't do. So like this whole line from here all the way down here was rotted out, and I replaced the very edge of that. And then there was some rust in this body line here too, along with some other miscellaneous spots and stuff, but I don't have pictures of all that stuff. So this car used to be white, and he didn't really like white, so he wanted to go to red, because he's also into some Italian cars, and he likes the Rosso red. So he ended up pulling the engine out of it, and then after finding the rust that he did find and decided he wanted to paint the engine compartment and the trunk, he ended up taking it down and having it blasted, which turned into a bit of a fiasco because the guy ended up blasting everything, including the whole chassis, suspension, everything, which wasn't supposed to be done. So yeah, the ball just kept rolling and just kept getting deeper and deeper into this thing. Now the body at this point has not been cut and buffed. I decided I wanted to wait on that until after I put all the engine back in, all these components, even though I do lay towels and stuff across everything as I'm working, just in case anything might happen, light scratches or whatever. I'd rather wait until after the engine's in and I'm not leaning over all this stuff before I do the cut and buff. So we ended up putting a brand new wiring harness in it and then updating it with relays. I tucked them back in here so that the air intake hose would cover them up and you wouldn't see them. And he went to an alternator. Now I do have pretty limited space to work with here in this shop, so my paint booth here usually ends up becoming storage while I'm not using it for paint. So here are all the fenders for it. They've all been trimmed out, ready for final color on the outside. And boot lid, doors, front valance, and the bonnet. And then here's this engine for another MGA that's all ready to go, just waiting for the customer to come pick it up. So now that we got the car dusted back off again, and I'm getting back into it, now I need to go through that checklist to double check where I was at. What did I actually get buttoned down? What still needs to be done? And put together the game plan of how to finish it. Now obviously part of that plan is I got some parts to paint. But it is getting close to being able to fire the engine up and start testing some of the electrical stuff. So I'm going to take you on the journey of finishing this car up, along with Project Ginsu and whatever else we end up working on. Now, last week or so, I haven't done much because I've been cleaning the shop. I am been trying to make space, make room, get rid of clutter, and give me workspace. So I figured that was a good time to get you guys started on my Ginsu project. But I want to get back to doing some work and then do the Ginsu before YouTube videos, just kind of in between, and not do too many of those in a row. So once again, this is MG Rob. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when new videos come out. And share with your friends. Let me know what you like and even what you don't like about what I'm doing. I have no problem adjusting, and I'd like the input. I want to know what I'm doing that you like and what I could do better. So, all right, MG Rob. Later.